a shot in the arm for frontline ag workers. Michigan may have another wet spring, and it's official. Vilsack is back at the USDA. I'm Janelle Brose, and this is Farm News 5.
Farm News 5 is brought to you by Ford.
Beginning March 1st, Michigan's food processing and agricultural workers can receive the COVID-19 vaccine. Since the announcement last week, the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services and the Michigan Department of Agriculture and Rural Development have clarified what defines a food and ag worker for the purpose of vaccinations.
MDHHS orders has a very specific meaning, so it means a worker that has to work within 6 feet of another worker or interacts with the general public. Vaccinations are going to be prioritized specifically to agriculture and food processing workers that must work in these confined areas with other workers. So I think that's helpful, and just understanding what workers are going to be most eligible, I think, as we move forward.
MDARD says people working in meat processing and meat packing facilities are a top priority for the vaccine because they work in close proximity to one another. Farmers and farm workers, including migrant and seasonal workers, are also top priorities.
In moving this order out, I think they noted two things, right? So they noted these vulnerable points in our supply chain that are, really beneficial to this broader society as a whole. They don't want to see, food shortages and empty shelves and things like we saw last spring. And I think that's, a major priority. And then the second, portion of their order is related to areas where they've seen spread and risk. And so, as we saw last spring, there was, some food manufacturers, some migrant and seasonal worker communities where we did see, outbreaks of the virus. And so that was something they also wanted to focus on mitigating that risk. So I think those are the two reasons, some recognition of the risk involved and then the importance of agriculture.
Frontline workers are encouraged to reach out to their local health department to receive their vaccines. Up next, the long-range weather models are calling for a wetter than normal spring.
There's torque. Then there's 1,050 pound-feet of available best-in-class torque. There's towing. Then there's up to 37,000 pounds of available best-in-class towing. There's backing up a trailer. Then there's backing up with available class-exclusive Pro Trailer Backup Assist. In other words, there are trucks, and then there's the new Ford Super Duty, the most capable heavy-duty pickup truck ever built.
Michigan's near-term weather forecast is looking mild. Jeff Andreessen, Extension Agricultural Meteorologist for Michigan State University, says, meanwhile, the long lead outlooks are suggesting a somewhat more La Nina-like pattern.
And I think, if anything, the message is that we are likely to see at least normal, if not even some warmer than normal or milder than normal temperatures here certainly over the next couple of weeks, but possibly longer than that. At least for the near-term future, there will be frequent chances for precipitation, but nothing heavy. I think it will be lighter and certainly below normal levels. So the scenario that we're in right now, I think, is probably milder and a little drier than normal for the next 1 to 2 weeks. And with La Nina, we usually see an enhanced storm track through the Ohio Valley. And with that, typically above normal precipitation totals. And so that is a part of our longer term outlook, actually for certainly for both the month of March and also for the 3-month March through May period, our most recent long lead outlooks from NOAA's Climate Prediction Center. So, and those are closely tied with that La Nina event out there. So even though the short term does look somewhat drier than normal, longer term, we sort of move in that direction. The snow cover that was built up, again, in the southern part of the state, one positive is that because of the milder conditions earlier, our soil temperatures going through the winter, we've been watching this on our EnviroWeather network, were at or in a little bit above freezing. That's a good thing, because now that we're seeing melting of the snowpack, that water is going into the soil where it should go at this time of the year, and less likely to run off.
Hi, Thomas J. Vilsack.
Up next, after a 4-year hiatus, Vilsack returns to the top post at the Department of Agriculture.
Yep, we cover Michigan, from sandbars to sand dunes, cider mills to skiing hills, and farm towns to downtowns. We cover up north, and yep, We know exactly where that is. Yep, we cover Michigan because we're Michigan's insurance company.
The U.S. Senate this week voted 92-7 to confirm Tom Vilsack as U.S. Secretary of Agriculture. It will be Vilsack's second go-round at the post. He was also Ag Secretary for all 8 years of the Obama presidency. Senator Debbie Stabenow, chairwoman of the Senate Committee on Agriculture, Nutrition, and Forestry, says she looks forward to partnering with Vilsack to help farmers and rural communities. American Farm Bureau Federation President Zippy Duvall, meanwhile, says Vilsack's leadership will serve rural America well. The USDA has extended the deadline to apply for the Coronavirus Food Assistance Program. In January, $13 billion was made available to farmers and ranchers. The deadline to apply was Friday, February 26th, but the American Farm Bureau Federation asked for an extension because of the recent severe weather and the suspension of CFAP payments, creating challenges and confusion within the application process. For more news and videos, visit MichiganFarmNews.com or the Michigan Farm Bureau channel on YouTube. With Farm News 5, I'm Janelle Gross. Have a great week of farming.